So, and I'm sitting at Mill City Hall, taking meetings.
Oh,
Stacy came in and was like, hey, did you know they need you for the budget hearing? I'm like, okay, I'll get on it.
Okay, well, you made quorum, so Denny, it's all you now.
Okay, we'll call the 2025-26 committee meeting to order at 12:10 p.m. on the, what day is it? 7th of April. Do you need,
roll call?
we do need a roll call.
Yep.
So I'll simply say,
I can do that for you.
Michelle Tisdale,
Here.
Stacy Cook.
Here,
Stacy-
sorry. I was making it back into my office and I was muted.
Emily Schofield,
Here.
Mayor Kirsch.
Here,
That it? Oh, sorry. Ron Evans.
Here.
Thank you,
And
Ron.
yourself.
I would now invite anyone from the public who would like to make comments to do so. We have a requirement to wait 1 minute.
When you open the hearing, which is under item D. If we didn't
Okay,
receive
so
any,
you don't have to wait on this one?
nope, not on this one.
Okay. Hearing no interest in public comments, we'll move forward with the presentation of the proposed budget. Laura Conroy and Ron Evans.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending. And hopefully everyone has their packets in front of them as these are fairly detailed spreadsheets. I'm not going to try to share screen and create an eye test for all of us. So this is the 25-26 proposed budget that's in front of you. Key assumptions that went into this budget are that you would have a remaining balance of approximately $5,000 if you did not receive an additional. You don't have.
I got blank pages. I don't have any spreadsheets.
Just a minute. Sounds like we may have had problems with our copy machine. Just a minute. The folks in the room, it's sounding better. Yeah. Would you, sounds like the copies that got made did not include the financials.
Just blank.
Just blank sheets. Okay, we had a copying malfunction. No.
No, I brought that.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say the toner's not working.
So, if you can pause 1 second, Desiree, can you pause the recording for a minute? Yeah. And I'm going to work on, hang on a second, everyone. We're gonna work on getting copies for those in the room that have the information. All right, thank you, everyone. We had a slight printing, gosh, for once it wasn't a Zoom hiccup or other technological, this was a fairly Luddite hiccup where copies hadn't been sent or made for folks. So, okay, so this is, as the committee chair explained, this is the point at which I will present the proposed budget. Mr. Evans and I worked on this together, and I believe he will have one suggested change, but I'll let him raise that in just a minute. So this assumes that the beginning fund balance for the NSSA as of July 1st will be $10,000, and it assumes that the Marion County will enter into an IGA with NSSA for an additional $60,000. Indications that will occur continue to come from the county, and so that's been included in this. Based on previous years and projections for this upcoming year's moving to expenditures, we expect that your managerial costs, which is your contract with the COG, will be less than in previous years. The bulk of the work that COG was doing was around regulatory and statutory changes that were needed. We expect that to fade off as the construction process begins. So you're seeing a less amount there. You'll have some legal costs, especially as the construction delivery agreements that are needed with Mill City and Gates and others may come into play. So you will see some costs there. So that amount is $20,000. Your LMI fund, which stands for low to moderate income, that was a fund that was established by the board last year to assist low to moderate income households with the payment of their sewer bills once the sewer comes online. So your total materials and services outlay would be $56,000. Based on your existing policy, fiscal policy, you're required to keep 3 months worth of reserves or expenditures in your contingency policy, which works out to about $14,000. So your total appropriation would be $70,000. Key with this, of course, is that your general fund revenue needs to match, or your revenue needs to match your expenditures. So you'll see your revenue is expected to be $70,000 and your expenditures would also be $70,000. I think Mr. Evans had 1 or 2 proposed changes to this since this was drafted.
Yeah, I'd, on the beginning balance fund, I'd be for, I would put that at 5,000 versus 10
Based on, I think,
projected, yeah, the basically support of the COG.
Any further discussion?
Nope.
At this point, we
So-
need to.
Sorry, oh, are you just talking about the change to the beginning fund balance right now?
yes.
Okay, so you'll talk about the change in the expenditures after?
We'll take questions on changes to the expenditures if you'd like those now.
No, I just wanted to make sure we were removing the 5,000 from expenditures somewhere, so we balanced.
Yes, so if the board wants to, sorry, not the board, if the committee wants to accept Mr. Evans' proposal of removing the $5,000 from the beginning fund balance, then the board would also have to, not the board, excuse me, the committee would also have to remove the $5,000 from one of the expenditure categories, which in this case would either be managerial or legal. So you're correct.
Thank you.
I'll give consensus to move forward.
So, is there any other, are there any questions on the presentation of the budget? Because then what will happen is the committee chair will open a public hearing. And then the budget committee will make deliberations and motion to approve the proposed budgets with any recommended changes. So if there aren't any questions for me or Mr. Evans on the proposed budget, then the chair would move to the proposed hearing, or to the hearing.
Comment, if we wanted to do that, I would correct the legal to 15,000. That would. That's great.
Was everyone able to hear that? Okay.
Mhm.
That deliberation can continue by the committee hearing in the public hearing, once you open the public hearing for the committee.
But the bottom line doesn't change. Essentially, it's just a readjustment in those 2 categories.
The bottom line absolutely will change. It'll go from 65 to 65. So because you would be adjusting your expenditures down by $5,000 and likewise your revenues down by $5,000 and likewise your expenditures down by 65.
So we're at 65 instead of 70.
Yes, once you open the hearing and have the deliberation, and then
Okay.
someone would need to make that motion. But you haven't opened the hearing yet.
Then I think it's time that we open the meeting to public comment.
Do
Even
you
though I don't see, I'm sorry,
have a script?
I do have a script.
You have to
We'll
open it.
open the public hearing for the budget at sometime 12:26 PM. This is a time for any member of the public to speak for or against any item presented in the budget. And we will allow at least 1 minute for the community to respond. I will now close the public hearing at 12:28 PM. And we will open deliberations. Any comments or questions? For committee members?
Tim, I think you're talking, but you're muted.
Okay, I was just gonna go over the suggestions that we had, and that is changing the proposed beginning fund balance to the 5,000 and then taking on expenditures 5,000 out of the legal, making it 15,000 for a total budget of 65,000.
Yes.
Any other comments or questions? I'd accept a motion to move to approve the proposed budget at $65,000 and recommend it to the board of directors for adoption.
Was that the motion, or are you looking for a second?
Oh, I'm looking for a motion.
I would make that motion.
Thank you. Second,
I was second.
Ron Evans seconds it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Adjourn.
It's time to adjourn. Thank you for your attention, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.